Adverb is a word that can modify an adjective or an other adverb. Next, we have types of adverbs. Now, there is something more about adverbs that we call adverbials. Hey all, welcome to Homeschooling with Hera. Hope you all are well. In today's video, we shall learn about adverbs and their types. This video is beneficial for you if you are an educator, a student, or parent who wants to learn the basic concepts of adverbs as well as some of the advanced concepts. So, without any ado, let's get into it. But if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing to it because here you will find content that is all about foundation English, may it be phonics, grammar, or creative writing. So it's the right time to click the subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, and without any further ado, let's dive in. So the first concept that we teach to our kids, and we can teach this concept to our first graders easily. And in some countries or schooling system, this concept can also be given to a senior KG kid, or you can say to a kid who is 5 to 6 year old, right? If you know about Jolly Grammar, that is a British curriculum. So according to that, this concept is covered in their pupil book 1. So actually here we are not concerned about when you should teach. You can just go with your schooling system. But what are adverbs? This is our main topic. So when you first introduce adverbs to kids, you will say adverbs are words that describe verbs. Adverbs ऐसे words होते हैं जो verbs को describe करते हैं. Describe करने का मतलब they give us information about verbs. They tell us how the verb has been done. Or if somebody is doing something that is an action, that is a verb, so how he is doing it. The answer to how someone is doing something is the first type of adverbs that we teach to our kids. Adverbs are much more than this that you will learn in the upcoming slides, but here remember that adverbs tell us something about verbs. For example, he talks. He is a subject, talks is a verb. Now, how he talks? He talks loudly. So, loudly is an adverb because it is telling us something about this verb talks, right? She sings. Sings is a verb. Beautifully. The word beautifully is telling us something about the verb that is sings. So, she sings how? Beautifully. Right? If you are a primary teacher or a parent who's teaching kiddos, remember that lots of adverbs that tell us how the verb is performed end with LE. And in the foundation classes, or you can say grade 1 especially, or your senior KG, we mostly give children adverbs that end in li. For example, slowly, loudly, beautifully, quickly, words like this, okay? Now let's see that how you can bring the multisensory element in your teaching if you are a teacher or a parent who wants to teach. So for adverbs, we have orange color for discrimination. If you find an adverb in a sentence, you will mark it with orange color. And we also have an action for adverb that is specifically from the Jolly Grammar. And the action is you need to bang your fist. For every part of a speech in Jolly Grammar, we have an action. So for adverbs, it's bang one fist on the top of the other. This is the action for adverb. Orange is the color and this is the action. These actions help teachers in playing games in the class, in helping kids to memorize the concept in multisensory ways rather than just saying the definition or cramming it. If you do some actions and color discrimination, children get a better chance to register the concepts, and also movements help them to retain the concept for a longer period of time, right? Now let's check out the second definition of adverb, that is an advanced definition. You will find this in Pupil Book 5 according to Jolly Grammar, or if you are talking about the normal curriculums, in that as well. A 4th or 5th grader should know this definition of adverbs. Now what does this definition tell us? Adverb is a word that can modify a verb that we already know, an adjective, or an other adverb. Now we have got three things. An adverb can describe a verb, it can also describe an adjective as well as an other adverb. Now, how is it possible? How this definition works? For this, you can check this out. We have three examples. The first example says, she, that is our subject, sings, that is our verb, how beautifully. This is our adverb. Okay, so beautifully is telling us how she sings. So this adverb is giving us information about verb, the action of singing, right? In the next example, we have her voice is extremely beautiful. Her voice is the subject, is the linking verb, okay, and beautiful is an adjective. And this word in the middle is extremely, that is describing beautiful, that is describing the adjective. So her voice is beautiful. How much beautiful? Extremely beautiful. So this extremely is our adverb and it is describing the adjective. It's now not describing the verb, that is. It is telling us something about the adjective. If the voice is beautiful, how much beautiful it is? It is extremely beautiful, right? So here we have proved that adverbs can also describe adjectives. In this example at the end, we have she sings, she subject, sings verb. Amazingly beautifully. We can say she sings beautifully. She sings beautifully. Beautifully is an adverb. How she sings beautifully. These two things are connected. But now we want to tell how much beautifully. So we can add an adverb here. It can be extremely beautifully. It can be amazingly beautifully. And now this adverb is not describing the verb. It is describing another adverb, that is beautifully. She sings amazingly beautifully. You can also say that she sings extremely beautifully. She sings extraordinarily beautifully, right? So there can be many adverbs, but if you use them in this way before an other adverb, so it might be describing the adverb rather than the verb. Okay, hope this point is clear. If yes, so please write two examples in the comments box. One when the adverb is describing an adjective and the other one for when the adverb is describing an other adverb. Let's see if you can get it. Next we have types of adverbs. Types of adverbs is also a 6th or 5th grade topic. It depends certainly on your curriculum, but ideally a 5th grader should know the types of adverbs. So there are 5 types of adverbs. The first one is adverb of manner. Adverb of manner tells us how the action is performed. This is the simplest type that we have just discussed. If somebody is doing something, how is he doing? For example, she danced. How she danced? Hilariously. So the word hilariously is telling us something about the action of dancing. Okay? She did something. How she did it? If a word describes this, you will say that this is the adverb of manner. Right? Next we have adverb of time. Adverb of time tells us when the action is performed. For example, a work is done, but when. So if there is a word that is telling you about the time of an action, it will be adverb, but adverb of time. For example, she danced hilariously yesterday. Now, this word yesterday is telling us when the action was performed or when she danced. So, yesterday will be your adverb of time. Third, we have adverb of place. Adverb of place tells us where the action is performed, right? For example, she danced hilariously where? At the party. So this thing at the party altogether will be your adverb of place because it is telling us something about this action that is danced. She danced where she danced. She danced at the party, right? So giving information about verb, adverb. Number 4, we have adverb of degree. Adverb of degree tells us how much or to what extent the action is performed. For example, she danced extremely hilariously. Now, this word extremely is telling us that how hilarious was her performance. As I just told you, that adverbs can describe other adverbs. So, here this adverb is describing hilariously, that is another adverb, but it is also telling us about the degree of this. Extremely injured, extremely hilarious, seriously ill, extremely busy, extraordinarily smart. So, if there are words that are explaining or describing the degree of a verb, an adverb, or an adjective, you will consider them adverbs of degree, right? Fifth, we have adverb of frequency. Adverb of frequency tells how often the action is performed. For example, she dances daily. Now, this word daily is telling us how often she dances. She could have danced on weekends. She could have danced once in a blue moon. She could have danced fortnightly. So, the words that give us information about how often the action is being performed are called adverbs of frequency. Done. This is a higher grade concept, so you may take some time to absorb it, but the things are really simple. If you start working on them, if you start solving some examples, you will definitely get it, right? Now there is something more about adverbs that we call adverbials. You might have heard this term before, or if not, so let me tell you that any word, phrase, or clause that acts as an adverb in the sentence is called an adverbial. Once again, this is an advanced topic. Our 5th or 6th grader should know this because in 5th and 6th grade, we also talk about phrases and clauses. We teach phrases a little earlier. If you don't know what are phrases and what are clauses, so please check out the description box. I have uploaded detailed videos on phrases and clauses and their types. They all are suitable for you if you are an educator, parent, or a student. So please clear your concepts of phrases and clauses. They will also help you to learn about adverbials and many other concepts of English grammar. Right? So come on, let's see adverbials once again. Adverbials tell us more about the main verb and also sometimes about the whole sentence, such as how, where, when, or why something happened. The most common adverbials are adverbs themselves. Sometimes the noun phrases are also adverbials. Prepositional phrases are also adverbials at times, depending on how you use them. And subordinate clauses can also work as adverbials. To learn these with examples, check out the next slide. So the first example is here. And since we are talking about adverbials, so remember that adverbial can be made up of more than one word, right? because it is describing the action, so it can be described in a single word or in a phrase or a clause. Now look at this adverb of manner. How the action is done. He ran. How he ran? At 10 miles per hour. Now this part at 10 miles per hour is giving us information about the action of ran. So this is an adverbial phrase. Phrase means a group of words that makes some sense but can't stand alone. It doesn't have a subject and a verb. Learn phrases again, if I'm telling you this again, because this topic comes after phrases and clauses. So if you already have the knowledge of phrases and clauses, it will be easier for you to understand adverbials. Otherwise, you should learn phrases and clauses first, right? Now you can see that a group of words is telling us something about the action of ran. Second thing is an adverbial can tell us when something happened as well, right? So he ran when the police arrived. So now this when the police arrived, it's a clause. And which type of clause? Adverbial clause, because it is giving us the information about this action ran. Okay, when the police arrived, altogether it is telling us about when he ran. Got it? It's an adverbial clause. Next we have he ran, but where? Now our adverbial will tell us where he ran. So he ran to the shops. It's an adverbial phrase. Why adverbial? Because it is giving us the information about the action of ran. And it's a phrase because it is a group of words which makes sense but can't stand alone as a sentence. It neither has a subject nor has a verb. Right? Next we have why. So the sentence is he ran. Now why he ran. This part of the sentence is giving us a reason that why he ran. He ran to fetch some water. This is again an adverbial phrase. And remember, when you are giving an adverbial phrase to tell the reason, it can't be a single word. We do not have single words that tell us why something happened. So we need to use some group of words. It can be a phrase or a clause. Next example is of the frequency example. How often something happens. So let's look at the sentence. He used to run. How often? Every day. Now he doesn't run, but he used to run every day. So this phrase every day is telling us about the frequency of the action of running. Next we have adverb of degree, that how much something happened or to which extent something happened. So he ran. How he ran? Quicker than me. Now this phrase quicker than me is again giving us the information about the action of running. He ran. How much he ran? He ran quicker than me. So this is how all the adverbials, or you can say the 5 types of adverbs, are explained. Hope you have got some of your ideas cleared. If you have any questions regarding this lesson, you can write them down in the comments box. Remember, this is a basic lesson for grades from 1 to 5 or 6, but these things will help you in your future classes as well, because if the foundation is not laid strong, you always struggle in your higher grades. Hope you have found this video beneficial. If yes, so please hit the like button. If haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you soon with something new. Take care. Bye for now. And don't forget to make it a great day. Bye.